You're live.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you gotta get in this one.
Hey, everyone. I don't have my glasses on, so I don't know who just popped up. But hello.
Hey, y'all.
Welcome. Kenisa and Malachi coaching here in Phoenix, Arizona with my girl Evolving Goddess 444 and
your girl KB, doing it my way on YouTube.
yes, so we're on YouTube over here. Hello YouTube, how you
Hello,
doing? Hello Instagram, how you doing? Hello video
YouTube as well.
recording, wherever you're gonna be
Hello
going.
to everyone. All of you.
So, what we're gonna talk about tonight, guys?
It's gonna be just a recap kind of our day today. We came out to support Miss Evolving Goddess at the Phoenix Psychic Fair. And I guess I'll start off with my experience for the day, which we're well over here. So for me, going to the psychic fair, it was something that I was kind of scared about. One, just because of my upbringing and everything like that, but it was an eye-opening experience for me, to say the least. One of the things that I've been learning about is just the connection of life in general, how everything is connected. And so going to the psychic fair really kind of opened my eyes and allowed me to just experience life and not think so much about, what is and what isn't, but just go with what feels, what resonates. And so that's kind of what it was for me today.
Being in here and the now, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, it was my first time. Like, I've never been to a psychic fair before. So being in the room full of, everyone that's tapped in, that's woke and into spirituality, the energy was really amazing. So I did come with some downloads, got my level up. So for me, it was really awesome. My takeaway, I feel, was really being more in the present and really stepping into who I am, spiritually, as a high priestess, and really owning my psychic abilities and really moving in full force with it, and not really try to, I guess we tend to try to downplay who we truly are, afraid of what others may think. But that really isn't serving us. It's really not serving the people that we're called to help and to serve. So for me, that was my takeaway, is to really own who I am, to merge who I am with Malachi Coach and my business, and to really step in and utilize my psychic abilities and be the high priestess that I am, and really own that power and that energy. What did you take away? Because you were working all day. You were shuffling bags and...
I was tapped out. But no, you know what? We talk about being here in the present, and I feel like for me, it was all about the process, right? Seeing all the pieces fold together, right? Because we have you came from Houston, right?
Yeah.
You came from New Jersey.
Yeah.
We had Dan that came from Louisiana. Then my mom came. And then we had other people come here in Phoenix. And I just felt like all the pieces came together to really kind of help me. So we all have our journey. We all manifest certain things, and we expect that instant manifestation. And that's one of my biggest problems, is just, where's my manifestation? Where's my manifestation? And sometimes it can be so subtle that I don't even realize it, right? And so today was just a big eye-opening experience for me to kind of see, this is how we manifest. This is how you call in your soul family. This is how you get your level ups, right? And I mean, from the smallest thing to the biggest thing. I mean, they're just now seeing this conversation, but we were talking for about an hour before this, and those downloads that you gave me, those level ups, right, to kind of help me evolve. So just really kind of being here in the present, because when we're not, like we all say, when we're not here in the present, we miss out on so much. And really how we create that future that we want is by being here in the present. So for me, like, I want to be the best at what I do. That's important for me. And so one of the biggest things, I feel like this was the next step for me, right? I didn't do tarot readings in person. I was just all online. So for me to kind of get that experience, overcome that hurdle, overcome that fear, it opens me up to the next level. So beautiful.
Awesome. Yeah, I felt like doing it in person feeling the energy of the other person that's in front of you and seeing their reaction, seeing how you're touching them, seeing how you're changing their lives. Because many of them, was brought to tears because you were so on point, and to help to give them hope. And that's what tarot cards really is. It's just a tool to help, to bring guidance to the person that's receiving the reading, bring guidance and show them how to transition from where they are to where they need to be, and to just give them hope. It's the light at the end of the tunnel, So that's really what it is, and to be able to see people that's going through and receiving the guidance and just tearing up because they now have hope and now see that light at the end of the tunnel. And it was like, yay, this is why I signed up to come here in this reality.
Right.
Was to really,
Right.
help those that's going through their awakening process
Yeah.
to fully emerge into who they are and to understand their process, because it is a process.
It's
Most
absolutely
definitely. It's a
a
beautiful
process.
process, though.
The
Yes.
awakening never stops.
Yeah.
You don't just
Exactly.
wake up one time.
And
You
then
mentioned
that's,
the levels, right?
Yeah.
Levels too.
there's levels to the shit. There's levels.
Right.
A lot of people misunderstand the whole awakening process. They feel like once they go through that tower experience, and tower is just something in the tarot cards, it's where, you're going along with your life and then everything just seems to fall apart all at once. That's what's really considered, the tower experience. Am I right? Because you're the reader.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And tower moments always happen for a reason, right?
Exactly.
To help us push us in the right direction. And so, should never be scared of a tower card. It's a blessing.
Yes, because there's a falling away and a breaking away of the things that's not really built on a solid foundation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the tower cards, those come to us in those moments where we know we want something different, but there is something that's holding us back from getting something different. So universe is gonna help us out with that. And so that's where we get that level up. That's all.
And you can't allow fear to stomp you. Don't be afraid of the fear, because one of the things that I've learned recently is that our emotions, our feelings help guide us. So even if that feeling that you get is a feeling of fear, that's still pushing you in a certain direction. So
Yeah.
So what I want to share is to bring awareness and an understanding of what the awakening process is. Because for a lot of us, we have the understanding that once we're woke, and that's it. But no, there's levels. Once you go through your awakening process, you have to now heal. You have to now work with your shadow self. You now have to unlearn the conditionings of society and religion based on how you was brought up. So there is a process. So never think that you're woke and then that's it. You're woke and everything makes sense. No, evolving consciously and leveling up is a process. And it's a journey. It's like going into enlightenment, evolve into enlightenment. That's a journey. So you awaken, you go through your shadow process when you have to work with your shadow self to release those negative energy and to really step into who you are fully, to evolve into enlightenment and to really evolve into why you came here. What's your contract for being here? Because before we came into this reality, this may resonate with you, it may not resonate with you, but if it resonates with you, say it. Because I'm looking at 3 different characters. Yeah, so this may not resonate with everyone, and it may not be your time. That's okay. You may still be asleep, and it's okay. Being asleep is a nice place, because you don't have to worry about dealing with the truth. Because sometimes the truth hurts. That's why a lot of people stay in that state.
Yeah.
They stay in the matrix, like to be plugged in, just like the movie The Matrix. That guy wanted to go back because it was easier.
Yeah, it is easier.
It's easier but once you're woke, you have the reality, and you have to really put in the work. You
have to put in the work to live your best life, your best, true, authentic life, like for real. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, so there's levels, and this may not resonate with everyone. This may not be there consciously, and that is okay. This video will be there for you to go back to. And we will be there to help you through your process and help you understand what it is you're going through. But just be aware that there are levels. Everyone's on a different place in their journey. Some of us were awoken sooner to help
God.
guide others that's coming along the process. So there's people that been, ahead of the game before me, and they guided me to where I am. Just like I woke before you,
Yeah.
and I'm able to
And
download.
it's like literally how
Yeah.
we're sitting as well.
This is who
She
I get
woke.
my guidance from, y'all.
She woke, I woke, it's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
It's crazy.
Yeah, so
That's
there,
exactly how I was saying.
Yeah.
That's true.
there is levels. So let me see, is there anything else you guys wanna share with the collective consciousness? We talked, before we did this video, we were like talk like 2 hours.
Yeah.
It was,
Yeah.
actually, we were talking about all
All
throughout the day. We were
Yeah,
talking
it was
about,
really good
experiencing
stuff. Yeah.
each individual, so one of the things that, whenever we were setting our intentions to come to you guys and give you this information, the thing that came to me was connections. I thought that was really important because in understanding those connections. So when we went to the fair, each one of us walked the fair alone, but we all kind of crossed paths at some point. We may have went to some of the same booths, we may have talked to some of the same people, but each one of our experiences were your own. This is a solo journey. Though we all are woke, we all have to go through the process on your own. Though you can seek guidance, you have to go within.
yeah,
Going within is a very important thing. I know a lot of times when I'm reading tarot, it's like, be still. And before I started getting into tarot, like, there was no such thing as be still. It was go. Like, I'm the person to make things happen, so,
yeah.
but in tarot, be still, like, there's so much power in being still. Being still is when you get that clarity. Being still is gonna stop you from acting fast and regretting things later. Being still is gonna give you that truth, your truth, right? Not anybody else's truth. Yeah, you can go to other people, you can seek advice and guidance, but even still, like she talked about, it's your journey. So their truth is not your truth. Your truth is your truth, and so being still is gonna give you the opportunity to get that truth. And what does that mean to be still, right? Everybody doesn't meditate. I don't necessarily meditate. I go out for walks. I go in nature. I sit still. Like for me, I meditate. If I meditate, I'm going to sleep. It's a wrap. Like I'm going to sleep
now.
I'm going to sleep, right? So I go out and walk, and I'm still. I'm just still. Like I don't think about anything. I just be still, right? Because in that moment, we all have the potential to live our best life. And society or life experiences will break us down to make us think that, you know what, I guess I'm stuck here because every time I get up to that ladder, I get knocked down. But every time you get up to that ladder, you get knocked down, it's because you're supposed to go one more step. And so society might tell you, don't take that next step, but yourself, your inner self is gonna tell you to push because you can do it, and you really can. So be still, meditate. If music is your thing, go out in nature, whatever that thing is that gives you that peace of mind. Maybe it's taking a bath. People think, oh, well, spirituality, I gotta meditate. That's not what it means. It's whatever gives you that peace of mind.
Yes.
Do that, because that is how people get answers, and that can be heartbreak, that can be career. It doesn't matter what it is. Whatever area in your life you have that confusion, be still, because your inner wisdom always has the answers. Always.
Yeah, it's those small ways. You can't hear it if you're always going. You have to really step back and get silent. It's really hard for people to be in a room with nothing on. Like just listen to the silence. Like some people have to have the TV, have some kind of background noise to distract them from their real feelings and their thoughts.
But it becomes your peace though.
Yeah, but ain't that crazy? Why you gotta have noise to distract from your? What are you thinking that you gotta distract yourself
From
from?
yourself.
Well, and that's where
You need
the
to check
healing
that
work.
out. Yeah.
That's where the healing work comes
Yeah.
in. That's why. And honestly, you're never really healed, right? Because like you don't stop living life. Life is here. There's gonna be somebody tomorrow that's gonna upset you or make you mad, or there's always gonna be something that's gonna happen in your life. So the healing never stops, right? But as you continue to evolve, you learn how to control it more. You learn how to not to react to every single thing. So
Bounce back quicker.
you bounce
Yeah.
back super
Yeah.
quick,
Right.
right?
Look at me. 3 weeks.
3
My
weeks.
best life.
You're living your best life.
After
right?
my tower moment. Yes.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
big power moment, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? I learned a lot through this breakup. Like we were divinely, our paths were divinely guided to me because I did learn a lot from him, and the tower moment, the breakup really activated me to go fully force in role. So I learned so much in this past 3 weeks where, now I'm at a place like, it's all about my mission, it's all about my purpose, my focus has shifted. Um,
And it was divinely guided.
it
to
was
push
divine,
you.
it was divinely guided, and the experience didn't feel good, it didn't, but the aftermath, the reward, the level up is so much greater, and it's so much better.
The grass is greener on the other side.
Always, it always is. It always
In
is.
tower moment cases, at least.
In tower moment cases, yes.
Yeah.
So, you don't want to be afraid of those tower moments, and if you are going through a tower moment, we totally have the tarot to guide you, to show you where you are and what you need to change, and I can totally help you to transition.
Yes. So let's give
And
a shout out.
manifest.
So let's talk about that. Let's give a shout out to the social medias on here real quick.
So, Doing It My Way with KB on YouTube is where you will find me most often.
Okay. And of course, Evolving Goddess 444, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. That's where you find me.
Yeah, I am totally Instagram, okay? You will find me at Malachi_coaching at IG, Instagram. You'll find me on YouTube. I'm working on it. I'm learning how to operate YouTube. But that's Malachi Coaching 555. Facebook, yeah.
We're gonna leave that alone. We're gonna leave that alone.
Facebook not
I'm
fine.
It's
on
there.
there,
It's
but
there. It's
whatever I
there.
put on Instagram just automatically feeds the Facebook.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah, that's what that is.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
If you wanna find me, YouTube is where I'll be. I'll
What
post
is it?
everywhere else, but YouTube is where I'll be.
So what is it? What is it?
So
What are you
it's
about?
so on my channel is business and lifestyle. And right now I'm in a transitioning place. So I want you guys to come on the journey with me. So my place is not finite, but as you grow with me, you'll see where I'm going, because I don't even know yet. But I'm here and I'm open and I'm ready to level up. So
Level up. Yeah.
Level up.
hey,
You
Hey.
just hear that song in the background.
I know, I'm doing it right now. So Evolving Goddess 444, what am I about? I'm about empowerment, right? Healing, motivation, self-empowerment. I'm all about living your best life. So whatever that means, I want to help you get there. I use tarot as my tool. But yeah, let's just live your best life. So that's what I'm about.
What am I about? Okay, well, I'm a certified health and wellness and life coach. So I help people transition from where they currently are. So if you feel like you're going through a tower moment, if you feel stuck in life, I help you transition to where it is that you need to be. And I help you become a master manifester
She's
in
good,
all
guys.
areas of your life.
She is good. When I tell you she's good, you guys, she is good.
And like whatever you want to manifest,
Anything.
I can show you how to do it. We can work on what's blocking you from manifesting. We'll discover what your blockages are. I'll give you the tools on what to do to manifest and how the manifestation process works.
Yes.
But now I'm incorporating, who I am fully as a high priestess in my work. So it's gonna be an exciting journey to see how a high priestess functions as a life coach.
A mixture. It's gonna be unique to you.
Yeah, it's gonna be unique. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be everything that you need in your healing process and your journey. So if you're now awakening and you're new to this whole process, you don't even know what awakening is. You just know that a whole lot of shit is going wrong in your life.
It's hitting the fan.
Yeah, shit is just hitting the fan.
Left and right,
You're trying to
left and
get
right.
things together. The more you try, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
That is the awakening process. That's because you need to step back and question, what is it I've been doing for so long? What it is that I've been believing for so long? Because you get to the point where those things no longer work.
Right.
And you need to find out why you're not working
Right.
and what does work.
Right.
And that's kind of like where the journey begins of
Yeah.
rediscovering who you really are and what you're really here to do. Because we all have a mission. It's not about the regular mundane, going to work, coming home, hanging
That's
out.
the fluff.
It's really a lot more than that.
And
So-
I mean, and that's not to say that your mission might not include the regular mundane, right? Because some people's mission are, like, it might include some of the 9 to 5, right? So we're not discounting that, right? But it's about really following that true purpose, right? What makes you feel good? Like if you could be financially set for the rest of your life, what would that one thing that you would do?
Yeah.
That's your purpose, right? And
Yeah.
so getting in alignment with yourself and the awakening process is helping you get pushed to your purpose is basically what that's about.
So if you're transitioning, if you have questions, if you're just curious, any of us can help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See, I know I like doing these videos, but see, I told you I flow better one-on-one, in person, like engaging, like behind the camera, it's like so much I want to say, but then it's like, I don't know, it just don't come out.
Well, what do you want to tap into? Do you want to
Yeah.
tap into a touch of manifesting? I mean, that's very powerful. That's very strong. You're gonna give all your secrets away. But you can get a lot. So I mean,
So you got cameras. It's us.
let's talk
It's
about.
us.
So okay. So when we were talking, right? We were talking about y'all know how hard I'm going at this business. Y'all know how bad I want it. Y'all know I'm hungry for it. And when I say that she's an expert at manifesting, she is. She's the one person that I go to. Like she's that one, and she gets me on track. She gets my mind right, right. So let's talk about just like don't give us all the goodies, right? But maybe just give us a couple goodies when it comes to manifesting. What people fail to realize, what people fail to do that can really kind of help them. Not all the goodies,
I'm not even sure what it is.
just a couple goodies.
I feel like the number one thing that I always work with clients is really identifying your blockages. Because like we were discussing, I think it was in a restaurant, we're discussing that, you know, we say we want one thing, we have our mindset out to do one thing, and I use me as an example. When I started my business, I wanted to just strictly be online because I felt it gave me the freedom to travel, because I love to travel, go anywhere, coach on my phone, my laptop. It's easy. Online is where it's at. That's what I'm doing. My mind was made up. So because that's what I wanted, I manifest people in my life that had online businesses that were successful. And I always refer back to that. When, you know, I experienced struggle or I didn't succeed in something, I always remind myself, oh, these people did it. You know, that's what I'm gonna do.
And you can do it, but their path, like yours is yours.
Exactly. So their journey probably entailed online, but mine was different.
Right.
And I was still discovering what my path was. So, so I attracted those people, and then subconsciously, my environment was created to support what I wanted. But then but I wasn't really succeeding in that. And when you're constantly doing something over and over, expecting a different result, that's like insanity. You can't keep on doing the same thing over and over expecting different results. So I wasn't expecting the success that I wanted. So I had to like step back and ask myself why. Why do I feel online is the only way of doing it? And to make a long story short, the root cause was a fear of rejection. I fear that me sharing who I really am, my spirituality, my story, people wasn't gonna receive it, and I would be rejected. And it was easier to hide behind a camera instead of being in front of someone. You know, it was easier. So once I identified that I didn't want to do online because I felt that what my journey entailed, I wanted to do online because I felt that I would be rejected, that fear of rejection. So it's so crazy that because of the lie I created, subconsciously I created my environment to support that lie. And I manifested people that were successful, so it was a positive manifestation, but that manifestation will support the lie that was keeping me stuck, that was preventing me from moving forward and manifesting what I really want. So the number one thing is really, and I have a list of different blockages that I go over, either in the workshop or the one-on-one coaching that I do.
That she did with me, guys. And when I say she knows what she's talking about, she knows what she's talking about.
So one of the things is identifying our limiting beliefs and really trying to discover what it is that we believe and what we're creating subconsciously to support the lie that we're living that's keeping us blocked. And that was really major for me because, you know, we can do all the practices, we can do the candle magic, we can do whatever magic you want, set your intention, speak it into the atmosphere, decree and declare. But if you have these blockages, all you're really doing is manifesting things to support that lie. And we really need to identify what lie we're telling ourselves. What lie are we when you force ourselves to believe. And when I discovered that, it was like really powerful, like, oh shit. And then I started looking at my environment where I see that I was so busy doing all these things, and my excuse was like, see, it's easy to do it online because I have this to do, I have that to do, I don't have time to be scheduling talks and doing this. My environment was subconsciously created to support a lie. And I attracted successful people, I attracted positive situations to support that lie. So that shit is crazy.
So what's the next step in something like that? So you realize, right? You realize what the bigger issue is, and then
After we identify what your issue is, then we work on clearing that. We work on rewiring your brain and changing your belief system.
so let's talk about that, because that's a very, very hard thing to do. And people, like, you don't know that rewiring your brain is possible until you start to do it. So how often, because I know how often I rewire my brain. And it's a day in, day out, 24/7, go to sleep,
All
waking
day,
up.
every day.
I mean, my YouTube playlist is rewiring my brain all day, right? So let's talk about that. Like, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean? What does that look like? And what does that mean?
Well, basically, it's based on what your blockage is. So, for instance, if negative thought, if you're always thinking negative, you don't believe that your success is for you or you deserve success, I feel affirmations helps with that. And there is a technique that I use, because for some of us, you can't lie to your subconscious, okay? You can say, I am rich, I am healthy, your subconscious like lie.com, lie.com, so your subconscious knows. But for some people, they can be in that place where they can speak it as if it is, and it works for them.
You have to be at that level.
Yeah, but if you're not, what I do, the technique that I use is that I'll say I am becoming, or I am growing into. And that's just the first step to help your subconscious know, okay, a change is happening.
Yeah.
We're not lying to ourselves.
Yeah.
But you're changing, the change is coming, then you eventually start saying that I am.
Yes.
And then your subconscious can
And you
be
believe
more,
it.
believe
Then
it.
you really believe it, yeah, because what the problem is, people like, I am rich, and then they go look at
And
their
then
bill,
they
and that
see
bill
the
is overdue, and then they're
Yeah.
like, well, this don't work. But it's releasing the resistance, right? So slowly.
Yes, some people might resonate with affirmations or prayers. So for what I do, another technique, this is the last technique I'm sharing, people. So another thing I do, I do pray. I do pray. So there's a process in praying too. So when you pray, a lot of people, they feel like saying, universe, give me this, bless me with that, and they continue praying the same prayer, keep on asking. But it don't work like that. Once you ask once, that's it. Because it's like,
So much
the universe is
power.
like a catalog. Once you place your order, say Amazon, once you go to Amazon, put in your cart and pay, why you keep on going back,
And
picking the same thing, paying over and over? You already paid once, it's on its way.
Yeah.
So all you do when you place your order in Amazon, you wait for the delivery to
Yes,
come.
I like that.
So it's the same thing with prayer. Once you pray and ask the universe, telling the universe what it is, making your request known, you just do that once. And everything after that, when the doubts come for me, when the doubts comes, I just say, thank you for my new car. Whatever it is that you're praying for. Thank you for my new car. Thank you that it's on its way. Thank you that I have it. That helps me. When I say that, automatically that negative thought of it not happening, it neutralizes it like instantly. Just giving gratitude. Gratitude is really important.
Gratitude.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what do they say? Like when we're talking about reprogramming our mind, right? Like, cause it's natural for a lot of people to have those negative thoughts,
Yeah.
but it's about catching those negative thoughts as soon as you can, so that you don't, go down the rabbit hole with the negative. If you're gonna go down the rabbit hole, do it with the positive thoughts. Right? That's the best thing to do, right? Catching them right away so that
That's
you can.
important, because if you focus on a negative thought for like more than 70 seconds,
Yes.
it builds momentum.
Yep.
And it's like a good
It's hard.
example. It's like you wake up in the morning and you're so tired, not paying attention, you stomp your toe. Have you realized when you stomp your toe, it's like everything from that point just goes down? Like now you're paying your foot hurt, person cut you off in
Yeah.
traffic,
Yeah.
your boss act like an ass, your
Yeah.
kids won't act while you go
Right.
home. It's like just a roller coaster. So that
Yeah.
momentum of
Mhm.
negativity is building up and rolling. It's like an avalanche.
Yeah.
It just keeps on rolling, get bigger and bigger. So you want to really neutralize your negative thinking, your stinking thinking.
Yeah.
Before, within that time frame. And if you can't, you know what I do too? Like if I find myself in a funk and I don't want it to pick up momentum, I take a nap.
That's good, because
Because
you're forced.
sleeping
You're
stops it.
And that's what I was just gonna say,
Yeah.
because people have to realize that every day literally is a new day. It's a
Yeah.
new, it doesn't matter what the problems were of yesterday, and maybe that bill still isn't paid, but it doesn't matter, thinking about it differently, right? Every day is literally a new day. The mind is so powerful, guys,
Yeah.
the words, the power of the tongue is so powerful, and I know a lot of people are just like, well, whatever, but if you think about what are the things that you're telling yourself over and over and over, and what are you seeing in your reality? Right, so if you're seeing in your reality, well, you know what, I never have no money, and you're always telling your friends, girl, I'm not going because I'm broke. And then you're saying, wondering why you never have no money, so
Because you
you
just
might
said.
not,
You
you
just
might
said it
not
too.
have any money, right? But it's like, you know what, girl, I'm not gonna go today for whatever reason, but don't ever say it's because you're broke. Say something else, you know what I'm saying?
I'm
I'm
like
working on the
transition.
money, I'm working
I'm
on the money.
transitioning.
Yeah.
Right.
I would never say I'm broke or I
Yeah.
can't afford. Like if my
Yeah.
kids ask something and I don't have the finances, I will never use the word I can't afford.
Yeah.
Like if I want something and the price is a little bit higher than what I currently have, I ask myself, how can I afford this?
Yeah.
Because what that does, that set into motion your subconscious, the universe, and everything within you to go into work to answer that question of how.
And that's okay, so that's so important, right? And that's why tarot, life coaches, inspiration, motivation is so important. It's all about how can I, because when people are coming, reaching out for help or support, tarot, whatever the case is, they're in a place that they're trying to get answers, they're trying to get guidance, they're trying to get out of it. So it's really important to for me, that's why I do self-empowering, because if you're in a place and you're stuck, it does no good for somebody to tell you, well, yeah, you're stuck. I know that, right? But how can I get out of it? So the
Yeah.
how and behind it is the most important thing, right? Because once you can understand how, then you're not gonna keep on repeating the cycle unless you wanna be insane. Right?
That's important.
So,
Understanding the how, taking the time out. Like I love stepping back.
Mhm.
That's like so major
Mhm.
because when you step back, you really get to see where you are, and understanding where you are help you to understand not to repeat it. Because if you're stuck and you just get out of it, and you don't really understand where you were and how you
Stuck
got
right
there,
here.
you're
Yeah,
gonna repeat the
right
same
back.
cycle. It's like,
Yeah.
that shit is boring.
Yeah.
Who wants to waste time repeating the
Especially
same
if I
shit
didn't
over
like it
and
the
over?
first time, you think you're gonna like it the second time?
I
Probably
mean,
And you
not.
know what's
y'all want that
crazy?
tower card or
I'm
no?
gonna keep it real. Every time you have to repeat a lesson, it gets
It's
harder
harder.
and
Oh,
harder.
It's
It's
harder.
just
Yeah.
it don't feel good. It don't
It
feel
don't.
good.
Yeah.
So if I have to experience this tablet, let me tell you, I'm learning every lesson.
Right
now.
I am not
Right now.
repeating that.
Yeah,
No,
it's
no,
a level up. It's a
Exactly. You
level
don't
up.
want to repeat. You
Take
you
your
don't
level
wanna
up
be a
and
whole-
Yeah.
the whole 15-year-old in third grade, like, bro, seriously,
It's not
like,
cute.
It's time to
It's
move
not
on
cute.
to the
It's
next
not
level.
cute.
And
yeah,
you're
like start
yeah.
repeating grades. That's a waste of time.
And a lot of people don't want to repeat it out of fear or comfort, which
Comfort.
comfort is a result of fear, right? Because
Yeah.
in my comfort, I'm comfortable here, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what's out on the other side of this wall, but I know what's right here, and I'm
So we
comfortable
gonna
right
check
here,
it.
right? But life is all about evolving. That's all it is. Like you never want to stop learning. You never want to stop growing. And whenever you're uncomfortable, that's your breakthrough, just waiting for you. So keep going.
So embrace it. Embrace the emotions. Like, I always like to refer back to my personal life because I feel that really helps.
Yeah.
So
So I
like,
ain't put my personal business.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
I'll put mine.
listen, I don't care. It is
No,
what
y'all know
it
my
This is my
story.
personal life.
Y'all know my story.
is. So like with this last breakup, like I had two options. I had the option of suppressing the emotions,
Mhm.
not learning from it, and moving on to the next guy. You know, like I
Good
am
stuff.
afraid. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I mean,
like I can get somebody.
Yeah,
You know, but do
right.
I want anybody? Don't
Do
repeat.
you want the same person? you
I don't want the
just
same
left?
person. I'm ready for my real king. You know, not a pretender.
Yeah,
But I
the
can't
real
really do
you're
it.
an empress, so you're
Let
empress,
talk
right?
about that.
Oh, yes.
I mean, cause so, okay.
But before we talk about that though, a step back is not a setback, so you have to remember.
Exactly. You know what's a
Yeah.
good example for that?
Yeah.
Think about, visualize the bow and arrow. In order for that, you gotta hold the bow, you gotta pull back that arrow all the way back,
That's
and when you
good
release
stuff.
it, go
Take
Yeah.
it
So a
back.
step
Yeah.
back in life is not failure. It's just
Yes.
for you to learn, gain understanding, and apply the things you learn to go forward
To
with
move
power.
forward, to
Yeah.
move forward.
Yeah.
That 8 of Wands, y'all. That's what that's all about. Forward.
And that
movement,
8 of
y'all.
Wands energy.
That 8 of Wands energy. Yeah, that's beautiful.
So you want to tap in about?
Well, let's talk about, because we had a good conversation about, and we're not gonna be biased, we're gonna just talk about the generals, kings and queens, just at that high level, that high priestess, that king, that emperor, and that empress type level, the masculine, divine feminine type power, right? What does that mean? Or let's talk about that conversation we had, because that was good stuff. About the crown never
Oh, yeah.
falls. The
Yeah.
crown
No matter
never
what.
falls when
No
you're
matter
a divine masculine, divine feminine, right? When you've reached a certain level, the crown never falls, regardless of.
Regardless of the situation that you're going through, if you're now all these kings and queens, they're just energy. It's
Yeah.
a different energy level, different level of conscious awareness that you're now functioning in, a different dimension that you're now operating in and living in.
And what does that mean? You're just doing things, you're moving differently, you're
You're
thinking
growing,
differently,
you're
you're doing
leveling
things
up, you're
differently.
And you
That's all
see
that
things
means.
differently,
Yeah.
and you do things differently. So, what I've realized is that a lot of people, like the new thing in the spiritual community, is that kings, I'm king, I'm queen. But that's an energy level that you have to earn.
Yeah.
You earn that through your scars, your
Mhm.
battle wounds, you know?
Yeah.
You don't just earn that crown. And you can tell the fake ones from the real ones
Yeah,
because that energy, they may tap in and out,
Mhm.
but in order to function in that energy level for a long period of time, it's really hard if you're not truly there yet.
yeah.
So when you're
how
going
long
through,
does it last? If
Yeah.
they can't.
depends on how close you are with them. A person can only hold up a false image of themselves between 3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, after telling that lie for 3 months, then you start to really see the full
Mhm.
person, you know,
And listen to that intuition always.
and listen to that intuition, you know, because they may be if they're not going through their awakening process, they'll be by default tap into certain energy level, but not able to maintain it because they don't have the awareness or the experience that they
Exactly, the
the
foundation.
foundation
Continue to build.
continue.
Yeah.
So the thing is, whatever happens in life, whatever tower moment happens, if you're truly a king or a queen, a high priestess, an empress,
Yes.
your crown should never come off. You should
Never.
never leave your throne to address anything
Yeah.
because you're a king and you're a queen. You're functioning as such,
Yes.
and that's who you are. And
Yes.
you don't need to step out of your character to address or act anything lower than who you are.
And what does that mean? That shit might hurt. It might hurt. The
It-
growing pains.
That
right?
shit,
But
that
how you
shit
get
might
there.
hurt. That shit hurt.
It will hurt.
That bitch hurt.
It's gonna
It
hurt.
hurts.
It's gonna hurt, y'all.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna
hurts,
hurt.
but you
It's
know,
gonna hurt.
That's just who you are. You're built for that. You went through the
Yeah.
battles, all those experiences of heartbreak, and it's really leveling you up to newer energies to function
Mhm.
as. So yeah, to get to that high priestess, to get to that king and queen, you had to go through some shit. You had some experience. You had some
Yeah.
betrayal.
Yeah.
You had some
Yeah.
hurt moments.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when you in that capacity and things happen, you react differently.
Yeah.
Watch how a person reacts to situations. That will
That's
tell you
everything.
exactly where they are.
Everything.
Exactly. So for me, I feel this situation. Look, I could have been straight up ratchet,
Yeah.
and straight ghetto. I could have been cutting tires if there was tires to cut.
Bust the windows, the Jasmine Sullivan.
Hey,
Yeah,
don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, y'all.
It's not working.
Don't
Child.
do
It's not
that.
working because it's gonna
Get
come
that
right back
window
around.
and then have to buy new windows, y'all.
You
Just
don't
don't
wanna
do it. Just walk
You
away.
just
Well,
said you
you
was
know,
right.
when I was younger, I'm telling my story. When I was younger, when I was married and I got pissed, I was breaking all the dishes. All of them, I was pulling shit out, just breaking it. But I
that's how
had to
you
go
got
and
your
buy
bitch
them
and queen.
bitches back.
I told you.
Like, that's a waste of
You
damn
need the
money.
bitches.
I'm like, I'm not busting nobody. I'm
I
not
broke
busting
all
nobody.
my dishes that that money right now.
She's still mad. I think she's still mad.
She's still mad.
She'll
I'm
let
gonna
it
let it
go.
go.
She'll let it go.
I'm gonna let it go. But yeah, you know, it's just different levels of energy.
Yeah.
And you know, we can use the whole speaking into existence what you want to manifest, but to truly own and to manifest that, it comes with experience, it comes with the scars, it comes with the wounds. It's something you earn. You don't just, it's just not simply given to you. You know, the universe is not gonna just put you in a queen or king or empress or high priestess state to function when you're not
You haven't
prepared.
earned it. Yeah.
You haven't earned it, you're not
Yeah,
properly
yeah.
trained for it, because when you're at that level, you're responsible for all this coming up behind you.
Yeah.
And you can't
Yeah.
be jacking up new awakening people, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And
And ultimately, you chose that. You chose to come into this life
You
as
chose everything
as
you
a
went
king.
through,
Like,
you know,
we choose everything that it is that we experience in this life. So that's why we say embrace it. Feel that emotion. Go through it. Don't sink in it. Don't soak in it. But embrace it and be able to use it.
learn,
for
Yeah.
learn from it.
learn the
For that
lesson,
level
there's a
The
lesson.
5 cups, guys. The
Yeah,
5
oh no,
cups.
Five Cups is my card. This
Five
is
cups,
not my
yeah.
card.
Turn it around. That's always,
Yeah.
that's my blessing in disguise card, right?
Yeah.
Things happen, but once again, you guys, the 2 cups are right behind us. That's that union, that's new opportunities, that's the lesson, that's, I see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
So, turning it around, embracing it, always, turning the pain into power, that's my favorite thing,
Yeah.
and it's so
Exactly.
real, yeah.
Well, I'm grateful for my tower moment, because it helped me to remember, you know, it helped me to remember who I am, and it helped me to really awaken, you know, the high priestess that was dormant, you know, because when you come through, when you come into this reality, we do sign contracts and we do agree to certain experiences to help us remember.
Yeah.
You know, you may be, whether you believe in past life or reincarnation, that's up to you, that's okay, you'll get there.
Yeah.
But for those who do, we're talking to you, whoever you function as in past life, the real you, as you go through these experiences and these level up, is to really to help you to remember who you are, so you can fully function in that energy to really help and to serve humanity and to raise the vibration of the planet.
Yeah,
That's really what it is to help raise the vibration of the planet and remembering who you are.
and I think, and for a lot of people that are not there yet, because we don't want to just like this, y'all, like y'all not there yet, right? If you don't believe in reincarnation and things like that, that's fine, right? Because we're not judging at all. Everybody has their own beliefs, and that's fine. But at the end of the day, the underlying purpose is still the same, right? Everything in your life is happening for you to push and fully stand in your power, regardless of what that means, who you were in your previous lives. It doesn't matter, it's who you are right now. You're meant to do something, you're meant to overcome some obstacles, you're meant to leave something behind and transition into your full power, whatever that means for you in life, right? So those opportunities are happening to you. You gotta go there and say, what doesn't kill you make you stronger, right? And God will never put more on you than what you can bear, and it's so true. So if it's being put on you, it's because you can handle it, and a lot of times it's gonna require you to shift your mindset, to think about it differently, to see it in a different light, because if you're feeling so overwhelmed when you can't see anything, well, you still looking at the same pile of, is not gonna help you get out of it. It's going to require you to shift your mental to help you grow and evolve, and once you overcome that, you're already a new person, right? And that's all, like, you will continue to be new people.
Change is inevitable. Evolution is inevitable. And I want to piggyback, I'm sorry, off the gratitude point. And I'm grateful for the journey. Simply like, I'm in this place right now where I'm at awe, because just realizing that it's all meant to be, regardless of the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent. It's all meant to be. And like you said, we're here. We chose to be here, and the journey is ours for the taking. So I'm very, very grateful for the journey.
Yeah.
There's a scripture verse in the Bible, and I do refer to the Bible a lot because that was part of my journey, where, it says, God was in heaven, and they saw it was a need on earth, and God said, who's gonna go? And apparently Jesus said, I will go, send me. So it's like it's the same concept with us being in our true form, seeing the need on earth, and answering the call. We all said, send me, you said send me. I volunteer, I wanna go, send me, and I made the contract with the experiences I would have to help me to remember, and And I also want you to remember that things happen for you, not to you. You're not a victim, you know?
And it doesn't discount the pain,
Yeah,
but
but always try to find the lesson. We're not saying that you're what you experience, because everyone experiences something different. Some people really experience some really tragic things,
absolutely.
you know. It wasn't your fault. I don't know who this is for, but it wasn't your fault. But you don't want to hold on to the anger and the pain and the unforgiveness. Forgiving someone that hurts you or done you wrong isn't for them. It's to help release that energy out of you so you can move forward and heal. Because that's like you drinking poison expecting the other person to die. They hurt you so bad and you want them to die, and you're drinking the poison, you know, expecting it to affect them. So hold on to that bitterness, that hatred for how they wronged you or what they done to you. It was not right what they did. I'm sorry you experienced that, but we want to evolve from that. We want to move forward. So let's face the emotions. Let's learn from those emotions and what happened, and let's use it to help someone else that's going through the same situation and help them, you know, help them.
Because at the end of the day, when we truly are standing in our power, right, with whatever it is that we're supposed to do, we all are motivators, right? If you do music, you spread love through music, right? People relate to when they're having down moments, they listen to that song, or when they're feeling really good, they listen that there's something about your song that maybe kind of makes somebody think of somebody else. So it's like whatever that calling of yours to, right? Life coach, motivator, you know, I'm still kind of, I don't know what mine is, right? But I'm along the journey, but I'm all about self-empowerment. Y'all know how I feel about that. Self-love, okay? But whatever that is, like, you're here to motivate and lift other people up, and that's why those experiences happen to you, to kind of help you, push you in that direction. So know that there's no purpose that's too small. We are all here for the same reason, to provide inspiration to somebody else. You could have went through something last week that somebody is going through today, and those words of advice you have for them is going to help that person. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter how big or how small. You know, it's just we're all here to do that for each other. So I think a lot of times people forget about that, right? Divided we fall, together united we stand. Y'all know what it is, right?
Somebody
Sounds good.
down
We're
below.
winging it right now.
Somebody comment down below and figure that out for us.
How was I?
Yeah.
Sounded close.
Sounded good though, y'all. Sounded good.
Yeah, I'll be saying some shit. I've been making like, you know what? I'll make that, but that sounds good. It
It sounds good, right?
Sometimes somebody asks you a question, you don't really have the answer, but you give them one that sounds local, like, you know what?
And you
That's
so
how
use
it
it.
is.
You know,
Use it
so
again.
confident, like, it gotta be real.
It gotta be right. I don't know, but it sounded really good. Let's go with that.
Even in those moments like that, like those are probably down moments,
Yeah.
right? Coming out of the blue like that. That's beautiful though. She is funny, y'all. We have good times there. We had a lot of fun, guys.
Yeah, today was awesome. It was a really good experience. It was a really good experience. I like it. It was fun.
Yeah, so I just want to say thank you, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for the other people that came here. Thank you for the people that are supporting my channel, right? Because we're all on a journey, and you guys support. You guys are rocking with me tough, and I love you guys. This is the true, real, authentic us.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Don't get no revenue.
It don't
get no
it don't get no
So
real.
I share everything. You see me in my bad moments, I'm like, oh.
She be keeping it all the way real.
Yeah, cause the shit happens.
Yeah.
You know what I don't like, and when I decide to start helping people and have a passion about it, I didn't like where people had this picture that their life was together.
Yeah.
Cause how, like, I know I'm going through shit, and I need help to know how to get out of my shit.
Mhm.
Can you share with me? You never went through this? You never
Right.
had struggles?
Right.
But they painted this picture of like they just came out perfect and never had no issues, and I didn't like that.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like that at all
Yeah.
because like you're not being real. Like you having struggles and you came out of it. Why see me
Shit's
going
life.
through?
Shit's
No.
life.
Yeah, like why see me
Yeah.
going through something and I want to help because
Just
you want to
watching
pretend
me.
like your shit,
Put
like
the
your shit
cameras
don't
down.
stink.
Yeah.
Put the
Yeah.
cameras there.
You know? So
Yeah.
that's why I put it all out there, and I put it all out there to let you guys know, shit is
Shit
real.
happens.
And it's
Shit gets real,
It
you know,
is.
shit does hurt.
And it
You
hurt.
know, the struggle is real sometimes, and I'm just sharing,
Struggle is so real, y'all. The struggle is so real.
you know, I'm sharing where I am, how I feel, and how I am transitioning out of it.
Yes, and
So
that's
it's
the most
important.
important
Most
part,
important.
and that's
Yeah.
why
To come out of it.
there is no such thing as a quick fix. Now, can you
No.
quickly fix something? If you can get the lesson,
You can work.
absolutely, if you can get the lesson.
You have to get a lesson.
You have to get
You
the lesson.
cannot get the lesson.
Don't go from one person to the next person because you wanna heal that pain really fast, y'all. Deal
Yeah,
with the
learn the lesson,
pain,
yeah.
deal with the pain, because oh yeah, that's what we were gonna talk, or that's what I want to say, right? So a lot of people are like, I want my king, so I'm always gonna refer to tarot because y'all know that's what I'm doing. So in the tarot deck, the love romance card, right, attraction. It's a very strong card, it's just attraction, it's a lady smelling a rose, but it's very powerful because I want my king, I want this, but you have to be the person you want to attract. There's
Yeah.
no, like, you can't, because even if you get that king and you are in just low vibration energy, guys, right? Your king or your queen is not gonna wanna stay, because they're wanting somebody that's at the same vibration as them. So don't just hope for the next best thing to kind of heal your pain. You heal that pain and then be that person that you wanna attract, so that king can see you. Because if you sitting here moping all the time, right, and your king is out there living his best life, he's gonna bypass you. He might be everything that you want, but he don't want somebody that's in that energy. So really put in the work, guys, right?
And even, you know, it's really important to really continue working on yourself and mastering self-love and working on your shadow self, because it is a process, and you can really enter into an energy level to attract, but you still have to maintain that
You
by
have to
evolving,
maintain.
you
You
know.
have to, you can't just get it and be like, I reached it.
We done.
Yeah.
Because
Here.
it's as soon as you
I've
fast,
arrived.
it's just as fast as you got it,
Yeah.
it'll be taken away because it's a process, like you
Because
have to
you can't
continue.
fake, you can't fake it till you make it when it comes to energy.
You
You know,
can't.
like some people,
Well, a little bit. Not on big stuff, but to get there a little bit.
you still have the faking. Okay, let's clarify.
That's kind of complex.
Let's
That's kinda
do
complex,
it.
brother.
Let's get a clarification card.
Okay.
Okay, so the fake it till you make it works if you continue working on
In
yourself
yourself, yes.
and healing
Yes,
and working
yes,
on your
yes,
shadow
yes,
self.
yes.
But you cannot be faking it till you make it and not working and evolving.
Yes.
Because then you're just pretending, just lying, and you can't hold that mask for too long.
You can.
So the faking it and make it works when you're actually putting in the work.
Yes, okay.
Yeah, that makes
Agreed.
sense. When you're
Agreed.
actually putting in the work. So
Yes.
you're faking it like you
Yes.
already have it, because you're
Yes.
manifesting, you're
Yes,
putting it
yes,
into
yes,
existence,
yes.
but you're
do
doing
the
the required work
Yes.
for
And
it.
do the work.
You
Yeah.
cannot be doing the required work until you fake it till you make it, you know, fronting like you're rich when you broke,
When you
and
just
you got,
sitting there waiting,
Yeah.
when
waiting
you're
for the
sitting
money to
waiting.
come from the sky.
Yeah, you gotta put in the work.
If that
From
works
the
for you,
tree.
if that has worked for you, please comment it
If
below.
you got
Yeah,
that
I wanna
magic
know
pill,
Where you
I'm
get that
still
seed for
looking.
that planted money tree, I
Well,
need to
because
know.
they always say money no wrong, but if money
I
is
got
growing
a
on
money
your
plant
tree,
in my house. It's called a money tree.
you got a money tree?
That's what it's called. It's called a money tree.
Like a for
But ain't no real money come, but that's what it's called.
But it's a tree, it's
It's
a
a-
money tree.
Oh, okay.
I'm like,
It's called a money tree. And I'll be talking to that plant. I'll be seeing new growth. Like, yes, this is representing my money growing. Yes.
Yes, yes. Because intention is everything.
That's what it's called. It's called a money
Yeah.
tree. And it's just growing. I'm just been loving it and just in case.
Hey, not just in
One day,
case,
$1.
what you believe.
It's what you're
So
gonna get.
it-
Yeah.
Exactly, so there's no just in case.
Yeah,
You
so I
believe
was-
in that money tree?
I-
That money
money
coming.
Yeah, I be seeing a little new green, you know,
See?
when it's new leaves, it's like green and like neon green, and so I be seeing a little bit like, yes,
It's money in place.
Right? Okay.
yes. Well, that's all, folks.
That's it. Thank you guys for rocking with us. You guys don't forget to please follow our pages. Evolve
Like and
Life 444.
subscribe.
Yes, yes.
Always.
Please, please.
Share
make
the
sure.
video, y'all.
Share, yes,
share,
share. Make this go viral, y'all.
Alright.
Am I asking too much? I'm
No,
making-
no, make it go,
Make
it's going
it-
viral.
It's
It's
going
going
viral.
viral, yeah.
We decree and we declare.
Yes, we
Done.
do.
We also have social medias again. I'm gonna spell mine out so you can actually find me. It's DIMW vlog. So hashtag DIMW vlogs on YouTube, and it'll take you right to my channel.
Alright. Evolving Goddess 444.
Malachi_coaching.
So thank you guys for rocking with us. Love is the only thing that matters. It always starts with self-love first, right? You can create the life that you want as long as you believe it and see it. You can achieve it. And as always, y'all.
Talk to you.
That's
girl.
all, folks. Talk to your
you,
girl.
girl.
We'll talk back.
I love you. Love yourself.
Now we're gonna get up and end the
Who
camera.
gonna get up and end it?
All of us. Nah, I got y'all. There we go. I don't know how to end this live.
Can you say
Please.
one? Does it say or is it over an hour?
Oh, I don't know how to do
Okay, let me
Instagram
see.
and
Okay.
yeah, I'm gonna have